while we were waiting for our plate material to get here. So me and Zach and I got the layout of our plates written on our form board. Because we thought, you know what? Why not? Figured that would save us a little time. But all in all, this is going a little out of, like, there's a checklist of how things are supposed to go when you're building, but sometimes you gotta wait 2 weeks to get concrete, and then you gotta figure out something different, because we can't just not do anything for 2 weeks. So ideally you'd have a floor poured, and then you would start doing this process. But with how the weather's been, our concrete guys aren't going to get here for 2 weeks. So luckily we have our anchor bolts, we have our lines chalked for the perimeter of our 2x, and we're going to cut plates, lay them out, and we'll be framing walls in our air-conditioned shed. So that will be extra ready when the time comes that the concrete does get poured. But we're gonna start getting rolling. We like to rip. Here, if you come over here, I'll show you. So usually we have two different types of wood here. We got white wood, which is usually very perfect to 5.5 inches. And then you have your green treats, which are soaked in some sort of chemical that's probably not good to breathe in. That's why I'm going to have the boys rip them. So that's very close to what it usually is. But if we come closer to the edge of the board, it's about the same. All right, let's try this board. Okay, overall that's pretty good. That's only a 1/16, but somewhere in here, there we go. That's an 1/8 inch heavy. That's gonna start messing up dimensions of walls. So if you were to have a wall where it's supposed to be, and this wall comes into it, you're already 1/8 of an inch off of where you should be. So we like to rip with the table saw all of the green treats to the same dimension as this wood, so that everything is the same. Even if it's off by a little bit, like most of these, it's only a 1/16. Well, if you got 1/16 on both sides, there's 1/8 of an inch. It's not good enough for Danielson Home Company. So that's where we go the extra mile. We rip all this wood down, and then it just makes the rest of the process a bit easier of getting your walls where they need to be. And it's very hot. Again, I know you guys don't care about that probably, but it's very hot today.
It's hot. Sun hat time.
Yes. So only 20 more times we do that.
So we made sure to square all of those ends over there, and then we'll pull one green, one white, put them on the saw like this, and then pull from that way because it's square. Chop them off here at the lengths that we have that Charlie's doing over there, and then we'll lay them out. We'll bring them out. Charlie will lay them out, and we'll be ready to build.
worked out better than we thought. We were kind of hoping that once the holes were drilled that it would kind of sit where they needed to. It's sitting real good. So that's going to be nice because now we have all our layout here. So then it's just simply transferring the marks that I've done up to this point onto the green tree board. Got the holes cut. Now I'm just transferring layout onto the green treated boards and labeling them so we know where they go later on. I don't have much motivation to keep going, but I'm gonna go till I don't have any more left. We are finishing transferring our wall layout to our green treats and top plates. And then we are bringing them, Will is loading up the walls as we finish them into our dump trailer. And then we'll be taking all this to our shed, into our lovely air conditioning, and start framing some walls. Building some windows, building some doors, building some L's, building some U's, building some walls, sheeting some walls, Tyvecing some walls. That's the plan. That's what's going to happen. And Matt's going to get all this plumbing done in the next half hour or so.
That's right.
We're going to be ready for concrete.
Convoy's off to the shed. There's the house. We're gonna get her framed. We've got a semi to put our walls on when we're done. That's gonna be sweet. Got the shed all cleared out.
While we're here, we did this wall. This is our longest wall that we have. It's 39 feet long, and we chalked a line up there, and that tells us if it's straight. So then we got that going, and then we check for square just by pulling a diagonal from one corner to the other, making those numbers the same or close. And then from there you can sheet it, and then you know when you stand it, it's gonna be square. So then it shouldn't take much to make it plumb. As long as it's square, it can be plumb. So now we have it sheeted. Now we're gonna Tyvek it. And then somehow we're gonna get this outside to our semi-trailer out front. This stuff stretches a little bit compared to Tyvek.
I've come back from my manager. I was, supervising. I was supervising from afar. And it looks really good. I can't wait to get it on the rollers to roll it out. It's amazing how much I can do without being here.
And make sure you cut one end. A little less weight. As long as I don't freaking stand on it. I broke a caster earlier. I guess I gotta lay off the donuts.
The poor
Will was
cat.
on the opposite side. That side didn't break, and I'm pretty sure he weighs more than I do. I must be denser or something. I'm more dense.
His butt is stronger.
Butt's stronger. Butt's heavier. Oh. Oh.
We'll put this on the OnlyFans.
Wait, what? What are we filming for?
Somebody? This one right where it is.
Another thing we do for efficiency is we staple where our studs are. So then later on when we're siding, this stuff's kind of hard to see through. You know exactly where your studs are later on. Good.
That bad boy. Woo! Frick, I wasn't recording any of that.
So bright.
How'd you feel about that, Michael?
I think that went really good. Hopefully we can continue that and execute one after the other until that trailer is full. Well, not quite full, but maybe this hot. Let's do another one.
Another.
I have conveniently made my phone run out of space. So I couldn't record this one, but we got the next one done. We only had one window, which was nice. Cheated. About to do back.